Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about integration. So now I will show you how to answer. We have the formula in here. Cosine s we can put into cosine of s over 2 multiplied by number 2. In this one, we can write into 2 cosine s over 2 square minus number 1. So about cosine s, we change by this one. 1 minus 1. Next, we have number 2 to the power of 3 over 2. We put in here. Cosine s over 2 to the power of 2 with the power 3 over 2. So number 2 multiplied by 3 over 2, we will have about cosine s over 2 to the power of 3. So we put this number go outside. So we know that 1 over cosine of s over 2 we can change into secant of s over 2 to the power of 3. Now I will concentrate about this one only. We need to know that secant of s over 2 to the power of 3 we can put into secant of s over 2 multiplied by secant of s over 2 square. Now we can use about integration by parts. So we have u equals to this one. So if we do first the derivative of this one, we have du equal to 1 over 2 secant of s over 2 and tan of s over 2 ds. dv, we have this one in here. The integration of this one, we will have about v equals to number 2 tan of s over 2. So we have u multiplied by v. So we have 2 tan of s over 2 secant of s over 2. And later that we put the bounds from 0 to b over 2. So we put number in here. And b over 2 we put in here. Minus, we have du multiplied by v. So 1 over 2 with number 2, they cancel. So we just have the integration from 0 to b over 2. And we have secant of s over 2 multiplied by tan of s over 2 square. So this one we can change into secant of s over 2 square minus number 1. So we need to calculate this one in here. This one we calculate that's about 2 multiplied by the square root of number 2. This one you got about 0. So the next one, secant of s over 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by this one, and secant of s over 2 multiplied by number 1. So we will have about 2 integrals in here. That's about the integration from 0 to b over 2. And we have secant of s over 2 to the power of 3 plus the integration from 0 to b over 2. Because we have the negative in here, negative with negative, you got about positive. And we know that everything in here equals to this integration. Now, we put this one, go to the right. And we have this integration plus this integration. So this one you got about number 2. Now the integration of this one, that's about 2 ln of the absolute value of secant of s over 2 plus tan of s over 2. And we put the absolute value in here. Later that we put the bounds from 0 to b over 2. Next, we divide both sides by number 2. Now we put the bounds going here. This one you got about number 1. This one you got about number 0. This one we have the square root of number 2. This one we have number 1. Ln number 1 you got about 0. So we just simplify like this. After we calculate about this one, we go back in here. So we have this number in here, combine this number in here. And this is the final answer. This is the end. Thank you for watching.